procession of steam engines into the arena is actually the second oldest working steamroller in the world. This machine was built by Aveling and Porter in 1884, so it's a very old machine. It's had a number of modifications over the years, as these things do. It's been followed by a 1915 Aveling and Porter steamroller, again built in Rochester. One of his apprentices, Matt, and Matt actually has gone on to purchase his own steamroller, which he has under restoration. The two steamrollers are being followed by probably the largest machine, the largest engine on the field today. It's owned by Ephraim Fleer and being driven on this occasion by Sparky. It's a ploughing engine. It was built in Leeds at John Fowler's Steam Plough Works, and following on the big ploughing engine is another Fowler agricultural engine this time. This one was built in 1908 and was exported to Australia. And it came back from Australia a few years ago. It's an A4 class traction engine, and it's had quite a lot of work done on it by its owner. It's nice to see on this occasion a steam wagon at the event. It's been somewhat probably bereft of this type of vehicle for a while. The steam wagon in question is a Sentinel. It's a six-wheeler, as you can see. Forgot about it. So as time moved on, this steam wagon was followed by other steam wagons, and as a result of an auction sale that took place in 1971, it was cut up to move it from the quarry. It was cut in two so that it would fit on a building. Paul Dunford, who is on the field today as well, exhibiting, and Ian Fernley bought it from the Dunfords 10 years or so ago, and they have actually rebuilt it, and at that time there was a penalty put on to operators with solid tyres, and a lot of them disappeared as a result of that, unfortunately. And this Fowler 3-speed road locomotive, another A4 class engine, was supplied. It lay for about 40 years, derelict, and was rescued around about 1980, being roaded about on the roads of England today, and being brought here by Jim along with his caravan over on the far side of the field for our delectation and pleasure today. Following on Jim Smith's big Fowler Road loco is another machine which has come back to the UK from abroad, Les Don's Maroon Fowler Road Roller, which is a machine that was supplied to Ceylon, or indeed as it's now known, Sri Lanka, in 1923, and it returned to the UK in the late 1980s, along with several other steamrollers. A very enterprising gentleman who's into plant and equipment actually negotiated a deal with the government of Sri Lanka at the time, for which he was paid in derelict steamrollers, which is a nice currency if you like that sort of thing. And his actions in the late 1980s has enabled quite a large number of people in the UK and also in Holland and Germany to benefit from that, because there are steamrollers DNB class belonging to Russ Inman, and it is a DNB class Fowler road roller. Unlike Les Don's in front of it, this one has belly tanks. So belly tanks actually went into the tar to keep it liquid, and a tar pump driven from a chain wheel attached to the flywheel enabled the tar to be spread onto the road behind the steamroller, and then it was gritted by a Fowler gritting machine towed along behind the roller as well, and then rolled by another roller. A complete tar gritting equipment supplied by Fowlers of Leeds. The Fowler wood tar spraying equipment. Following on from the black steamroller belonging to Russ Inman, named Penton area, and now, at which time it was named Bell of the Wolds, and it is now in Mike Biddlewood's ownership from over that neck of the woods, and it's called Ajax, in tribute to a Fowler Road locomotive owned by Norman Box and Company, who were heavy haulage experts from Liverpool and Manchester in the 1920s and before, and it's now, as I say, named Ajax as a result of that. We have another roller following on from Ajax, and that is a Wallace and Stevens roller, an advanced steamroller built to the new design of advanced rollers in 1930. The design of advanced rollers came about as a result of a requirement to lay tarmac without leaving grooves in the road, and they were a very new design of quick release mechanism, so that they were able to go backwards and forwards without leaving a mark on the road, which is known in the trade as a dwell. And of course, when you've got a heavy item of equipment like a roller sitting on tarmac for any length of time, it will go down. And this design of steamroller, the quick release Wallace and Stevens, quick reverse Wallace and Stevens steamroller, was such that it didn't leave that dwell. So it became very popular, and quite a number of them were exported as well. We now have the Garrett Showman's tractor belonging to Paul Dumford, lettered George Rogers and Sons Flying Airships, and that gives you a clue as to what it was used for in days gone by, because the dynamo on the front, driven from the steam engine, was actually used for making electricity, which was supplied to power rides and also organs and lights on fairground equipment. Carrots were built in Leiston in Suffolk, and this is a very nice example, a nice original example of a Garrett Showman's tractor. We have, following on, one of our elder statesmen in the rally movement in the form of John Blagg, with Captain Scott. Captain Scott is a McLaren, a road locomotive, which was built again in Leeds by the Midland Engine Works. This one came out in 1913. It's always been a local engine. It was supplied new to a firm in Conisborough, Whitelocks of Conisborough. And it came into preservation, a very early preservation era, 1955. So John had it has big spindly wheels, and it has an open platform on the back. It's got one of these spark arresters on top of the chimney, and all in all, it's a very much different machine to what we've got here in the UK. The last engine in the arena coming in was this another 8-ton Wallace and Stevens quick reverse roller.
But whilst all the vehicles are lined up, we hope that you'll take the opportunity to come. We're going to set our seat back. So could all members of the public please now exit the arena, please. Thank you.